Okay, so next we're going to add this blaster pistol to our character. So we've got the ability to actually hold this weapon. And now to do this, we're going to have to create a couple more variables just to check whether we're holding the blaster. But on top of that, we're also going to check what weapon we're holding. Because obviously, clicking will fire, but it'll also swing a lightsaber. So we've got to check which one it is that we're doing. Okay, so let's go to our content folder, go to game mode, and let's open up our Jedi blueprint. And let's go to our viewport. Now, click on our camera, because we're going to attach this gun to the camera. Add component, and add a static mesh. Here we go. In our static mesh here, let's have a look for our blaster pistol. There it is. This is going to be massive. Far too big for a blaster pistol. So let's spin it around correctly. Let's make it quite a bit smaller. So probably about there. Now we know whereabouts our hand is because the lightsaber's been there. So I'm going to put that there, compile it, and let's have a little look. Play. Ah, perfect. So I think I've probably put that in the right place. Maybe a little bit higher. Here we go. A little bit higher. Compile. There we go. I'm quite happy with that. So that's how my character will look when I'm holding the gun. Perfect. So our character is now holding that gun. So let's create the variables for it. So let's add a variable. This one's going to be called holding blaster. There we go. So the holding blaster and holding lightsaber variable is going to be used simply to detect whether or not we're holding or we've picked up that blaster. I'm going to create another variable called held weapon. And this will detect what weapon we're holding to start off with. So this can't be a boolean. I don't want this to be a boolean. So compile, and let's change this to, let's change it to a string. There we go. Compile again, sorry. And the held weapon, the default value is going to be, let's say it's going to be none. It's going to be none. There we go. Let's pop that on. Which also means we're going to then make sure that this, rename that static mesh, sorry. We're going to call it blaster pistol. This static mesh is actually going to start off, scroll down, non-visible, just like the lightsaber. So I'm going to cheat a little bit here. I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to go to my blueprints. Where are we? My blueprints. I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste the lightsaber pickup. I'm going to rename it to blaster pistol pickup. And I'm very simply going to open this up and I'm going to change the model that's in here from a lightsaber to my blaster pistol. So just flip this around a little bit just so it looks appropriate. That should do that. So this is now going to be my blaster pistol. Let's rename that to blaster. To the event graph, and instead of setting hold lightsaber to true, what we're going to do, get rid of that, pull from as Jedi and set holding blaster to true and destroy the actor. There we go, sorted. I'm going to compile that and I'm going to quickly place that on the floor and double check this works. So there's the blaster. It's over there. It's a little bit big, I think. Yeah, it's a little bit big, so let's turn that down. Let's say about there. So the blaster's over there. Could have made it a little bit closer. Press E, it should disappear. Perfect, so that's working. So let's quickly just pop back into our Jedi. And we're going to almost duplicate the code from before as well. So, where are we? This is checking here, the event tick. Is checking whether or not we're holding the lightsaber. We're going to do the same for holding the blaster. So let's pull this across. Let's do a sequence. And we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to do a branch. We're going to get holding blaster. There we go. And I'm going to copy this, do once, and instead of the lightsaber hilt, we're going to actually show the blaster pistol. So I pulled that in from the components just up there. Let's give that a go. There we go, we've got the blaster pistol, we've picked it up. Now the issue we've got here is if I go around and I go and pick up my lightsaber, this is probably going to just, there we are, so I've got the lightsaber and the blaster at the same time, so obviously that can't happen, so we're going to have to do something about that. But for now, that should be working. So before moving on to the very next part, can you make sure, let me just double check where mine is, can you make sure you've got the ability to pick up your blaster and actually hold it. Now right now it's going to make it so that the lightsaber can mesh into it, but we'll change that in the next video. But for now, make sure you can pick up your blaster and hold it in your hand. If you can't, you need to make sure that you go back through the video, double check that you followed everything correctly, and make sure that your code is correct.